So today you have me. I'm Denisa from RAKwireless. You don't know me, but you know Todor Velev, who is going to be my technical support for the day. He will answer all your questions. I will try to speed through the presentation so you have more time for questions. But if you have questions during the presentation, feel free to speak and raise your hand. And yeah, there is no dedicated spot for any particular question. If you have it now, say it now, and we will answer. This is an overview of the product line of WisGate Edge. What is that? That is a category of products by wireless, and products, I mean gateways specifically. We have many gateways and they are divided in many categories, but WisGate Edge is the commercial line of gateways. You have those gateways to serve as a out-of-the-box gateway solution. You buy them and you deploy them and they work. You don't need any further developers or specific people to do that for you. And of course, we provide help if you are not familiar, but the idea is that they are ready to use. They don't need additional configurations except the ones that you need to run them in your network server. So those are our 4 products in this gateway line. You have WisGate Edge Pro, which is an outdoor gateway, IP67 rated. It is the go-to gateway for any outdoor activities because it's robust and it is, again, IP67 rated. It has dying gasp, which alerts you when there is a problem in your network and the gateway is not working. And yeah, it is outdoor gateway for any use case scenario. After that, you have WisGate Edge Lite 2, which is an indoor gateway. It's smaller, it's lighter. It has the same functionality, but it is designed to fit in your office, in your home. It doesn't need installation in the scope of mounted on a pole on a high place or something like that. After that, we have WisGate Edge Prime, which has also a robust casing. It can be used for outdoor and for indoor. Most of our clients use it in industrial settings because it has this appearance that kind of fits industrial settings. And lastly, and the newest one, we have WisGate Edge Ultra. His special thing is that it provides full duplex connectivity. Unlike the rest that are half duplex, this one provides full duplex connectivity, and that is the difference between them. All of them have our remote management platform, WisDM, that helps you configure and manage basically anything on the gateway remotely without you having to be near the gateway. So yeah, those are the 4 gateways in the WisGate Edge series. Here we have some technical comparison. I'm not going to go through all of it. You will receive the presentation after the call and you will have your own time to check all the specifications because this is a bit technical and yeah, but you see that they have more or less the same basic functionality and a bit of the diversification for the specific use cases that they are most suitable for. So when you choose a gateway, because you see we have 4 of them, how do you know what and which gateway to get for your specific use case, or to which and what gateway to recommend to your clients? There are specific questions that you need to answer before that, or your client needs to answer. Those are some of them. They are pretty basic. Where is the gateway is going to be used, indoor and outdoor? And yeah, we have indoor and outdoor gateways. And so with the rest of the questions, answering most of the questions will give you better results in choosing the gateway you are going for. I mean, you need as much information as possible for your clients to be able to recommend the best gateway for the specific use case. And these questions here are some of the ones you should ask your clients or yourself if you're buying it for yourself before making the decision. Actually, based on those questions exactly, we are currently developing a tool that will recommend the best gateway depending on the answers of the questions, but this is something that is in the works and it will help you immensely, I believe. But yeah, you have to stay tuned for that because it's still in development. Just a heads up. So this is a brief of our roadmap about gateways. It includes not only the edge gateways, but some other ones because we don't have only the commercial ones, you know. One that sticks out is the WisGate Soho Pro that we already did launch. And it is kind of similar to the edge gateways, but it has its perks and its disadvantages. For example, if you take a look at the image there, you notice that there is no antennas. There are actually antennas, but they are all inside. The idea is that design is super compact, and you may think that the gain may be affected. Yes, but this also has its own perks and its own use cases. But we'll talk about the Soho product line a bit further in the future when we have our other products of it. So this is not the scope of this particular call. But yeah, it's something that we are working on, and it is similar to the edge line in the terms that it is ready to use and it is for commercial use, but it is a bit specific, so we established a new line about it. But again, something that you will look forward to. And after the call, Michelle will share our product page for the WisGate Soho Pro. If you are interested in it specifically, please, Michelle, write that down. And so we don't forget about it. Yeah, I mentioned that our gateways have the WisGate OS 2. And what is that? That is the operating system for all our edge gateways and the Soho ones as well. But again, that's for another call. WisGate OS 2 is working on the version 2 edge gateways, which for you is not that important because the version 1 gateways are no longer produced. We are selling only version 2s, so they are coming with only WisGate OS 2. We have older customers that are using version 1 gateways, but this is not something that is sold anymore. So all our gateways that are in circulation now are version 2 gateways that are a bit refined, you know what I mean? So they have this operating system that is the same for all of them. It has a friendly web UI that we can share after if you want to see it, if you haven't seen it and you want to know how it looks like, where the customer will make all of the configurations needed, or we will make them we will make those configurations for them. I will share more about this later. So for this to work, you have to be physically near the gateway. You have to be in the same network. And for this is useful when you have smaller deployments. But this web UI gives you access to all of the gateways functionality. And one of the things that we need to mention and to emphasize on is that our gateways are supporting all of the possible working modes for a LoRaWAN gateway. One is basic station. You know, some of the most popular LoRaWAN network servers use this one. We have also packet forwarder, and we have the built-in network server, which is kind of an interesting thing. You have the ability to host your entire network yourself. For smaller deployments, it is really useful because you don't need third-party network servers. You don't need to pay additional costs. You have everything under control. So this is one of the perks. Something else that the WisGate OS gives you access to, and is something that is worth mentioning, is the multi-backhaul connectivity, which is basically your guarantee that your gateway is going to continue working even one or more of your communication channels are not accessible. The idea is that you can set your preferred connectivity option as primary and configure the rest to be as backups. And for example, if you have Ethernet as your primary communication channel, if it fails for some reason, the gateway will automatically change it to the second in priority, for example, Wi-Fi or cellular, or yeah, those are actually the options, the only three options. But yeah, and when your main channel is back, the gateway will again automatically return to it. This will prevent data losses, this will prevent downtimes, and will give you the chance to diagnose the problem without your gateway losing connectivity, basically. Another thing that we are offering here, and is connected to the WisGate OS, is customization and additional features that are available with the WisGate OS 2. Here you see we are having specialized SDK for the Edge and Soho platforms, those, I mean the gateways, that allows the development of custom firmware, additional services and packets. You can fully customize the platform, and so on. But this is a service that we offer exclusively and with additional, I'm sorry, I forgot the word. You have to ask for it additionally, basically. We don't offer it to anyone. We don't offer it lightly. And it's something that gives you the ability to highly customize the platform. So it's not something to take lightly, and you will probably need our support for it. So if a client or you needs customization outside of the basic stuff that I will talk in a bit, you can reach us out and we can figure if it's possible or not. We can give this service, and deeper customizations are indeed possible. It's something that you have to have in mind when selling our products. We also offer extension SDK, which is basically a service that gives you the ability to develop your own extensions and integrate them with the system. And what are extensions? Extensions are additional features that you can add to your WisGate OS and have them work for you that are not the part of the main operating system. You may choose to use them, or may you choose to not use them. I mean, they are not affecting the proper work of the gateway. If you don't have them, they just give you additional features. And here you have a list of the available extensions right now. Those are developed by us. They are existing, and you can always download them and use them in your devices. And the SDK from the previous slide is the ability to make such extensions yourself. If we don't offer what you need, and we don't plan to do it soon enough for you, you can always do it yourself with this SDK service. So just an example here, we have the breeding light extension, which is working only for the indoor gateway because it has this light in the casing that you can customize the color and the frequency of blinking to suit your needs. You will tell what color means what, in a way. The custom logo extension gives you the ability to add your company's logo to the web UI appearance, to the main page, and to the inside of the UI, and so on and so forth. You will read about those after, if you wish. Also, when I talked about the gateways, I mentioned that all of the WisGate Edge gateways have this remote management platform called WisDM. And what is that? That is interface that is cloud-based, and it gives you access to your gateways much like the WisGate OS, but without the need of the gateway being in your network, in your vicinity. You will have the same options that you have with WisGate OS's interface, but do this remotely, for even cross-country with this tool. Here are some of the advantages of WisDM. Again, you have all of the options that you have if the gateway is near you, but remotely via WisDM. And also on top of that, you have the option to give access to our support team to help you in this remote adventures of yours. So I was here when you lost me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get everything about the extensions? That they are additional functionality that you can add to your gateway. You're not required to use them, but you can use them. And this list here is with extensions that we already created. They are ready to use. You can go to your web UI, install them and use them. And you will read about all of them after, because we kind of lost a lot of time with our technical problems. Sorry about that. And that with the extension SDK from the previous slide here, we give our clients the option to create their own extensions and add their own additional functionality to all edge gateways. So yeah, that was for extensions. And after that, I went about WisDM that you probably didn't get. So I mentioned that all edge gateways have this remote management platform tool. It's called WisDM. And what is that? That is basically a web interface for your remote gateways. It gives you all of the options that you have in the WisGate OS web UI, but the gateway doesn't need to be near you. It can be cross-country, if you will. This gives you remote access to all your gateways that, of course, you integrated with this platform, which is fairly easily done. These are some of the perks of WisDM. Again, you have all of the functionality there. You have the 3 working modes. You have the multi-backhaul options. You can manage all of this. But on top of that, you have over-the-air updates. I mean, you don't need to be present to your gateway for you to update its firmware. Again, you have the built-in network server. You have real-time access to your gateway. You can monitor its behavior, its work. You have, again, the multi-WAN configuration that I said. You will also have remote gateway troubleshooting options, and you can give access to our support team to your remote gateways for us to help you with your gateway problems. You also have user role management that is pretty useful for big companies with a lot of gateways. You can assign specific people to have access to specific gateways and perform specific actions for those gateways. You can limit that, you can change it. So yeah, it is having all of the options of WisGate OS and give you more. So you can access it via your browser. You need to have an account with your RAK ID. If you don't have any, you can make one. It's just like any other login credential type thing. So yeah, I will have a link to it later, and you will have it in your presentation when you get it after the call. There are different tiers of pricing of this service because it is really useful for big deployments, but of course it also requires a lot of more work. So we have different pricings for different amounts of gateways. And we have the community option, which is free for up to 3 gateways and it comes with every purchase. I mean, as long as you have 3 gateways in the specific organization, you can use it for free. And when you decide that this is the tool for you, you can scale it accordingly to your organization. So you have the option to check it out, to see if it works for you, if it's something that you need, that you will benefit from. And after that, decide how big you want it to become. It is important to mention that we have a specific partner pricing. If you want to basically act as a mediary between your clients in this platform, you can do that. We are offering custom plans and stuff like that. You will need to negotiate your own terms about it. Feel free to ask our associates by email about it. We do offer custom pricings for you guys. We also are preparing a separate training about the platform only. So if you are interested in that, when we have it ready, Michelle will let you know, and we will see each other again and talk about WisDM specifically. Here, the next slides are a bit technical and they are not about the gateways specifically, but what you can do with them, how the customers use them, what are the most common use cases. Because for you to be able to sell a product, you need to know how it works, even not in detail, maybe just over the top, but you need to have some clue how the product works. So I mentioned that the WisGate OS supports the 3 working modes that we offer, and those are the ones: basic station, packet forwarder, and built-in server mode. Basic station and packet forwarder are the packet forwarder modes that most of the third-party ONSs use. And the built-in network server is the one that you can use in your own network. So this here is visual representation of the structure of the packet forwarder and the basic station working modes. You have the sensors, you have the gateways that collect the data from the sensors, and all those gateways send that data to a network server of your choice. You can, again, manage your gateways via the WisDM, and the data from the network server goes to the integration that the client is using. It's specific for every use case. You don't need to know that, what it is and what exactly it does, but the structure that they are trying to achieve, you kind of need to be able to recognize it. This is how exactly does it work. I told you this briefly. You will read about it later because I want you to have more time for questions. So I will skip that. This is another common topology that uses a gateway to collect data from other gateways that collect data from the sensors. It sounds confusing, but it really is not. It is most commonly known as a star topology. It's used in really, really large deployments where gateways may be too far away from each other. Again, this is a brief explanation of how it works. And this is the kind of the same, but it uses our built-in MQTT bridge and the built-in network server, something that I already talked about. Here you see you can have quite the freedom of deployment. You can achieve more, but again, it's not suitable for all the use cases. So you have to ask those questions that I showed you previously to know what the client needs and to be able to tell them. So in regards of WisGate Edge, we provide specific services that are for those gateways. And here you have three of them: pre-configuration, pre-provisioning, and zero-touch configuration. They are, to be honest, quite confusing in first glance, but you see they are distinct features, services that we offer, and they are suitable for different clients. Pre-configuration is the service that we will pre-configure your gateway according to your configuration preferences by you, I mean the client. The client will say what their configuration is going to be, and we will make that for them before we ship the gateways. Pre-provisioning is when they decide to use WisDM and they have large batches of gateways, quite large fleet of gateways, and those gateways need to be added to their WisDM organization. If they request pre-provisioning, we'll do that for the client. And lastly, and the newest service that we offer, we talked about it in the TTN conference, is zero-touch configuration. We are actually partnering with TTI, and we are providing this service to maximize the work we can do about deploying the gateway for the client. It combines pre-configuration and pre-provisioning, and also adding the gateway fleet, the entirety of the gateway fleet in the TTI LoRaWAN network server. Basically, what the client gets is when the gateways ship from our facilities, they are already configured, they are already in their WisDM account, they are already in the TTI network server. When they go to the remote locations, they only need to be installed, and when they go online, the client will see them on. They will start working, and the client will need to make those configurations themselves. We also provide white labeling in different areas. We provide custom logo on the gateway casing, but it has mock, of course, but it is possible. We also provide the logo extension that I mentioned when I talked about extensions. The client can customize the web UI looks. And also we provide custom packaging. So our products can be used as white label devices. You can tell this to your clients. Of course, negotiations have to be made. There are requirements for that, but it is possible. We also provide technical support on the clock. Our support team is located in different areas of the world, so most of the time zones are covered. And we have several tiers of support, so every type of problem is taken care of. Like, yeah, for you to see that our gateways do what exactly we say we do, we have our RAKstars portal that we collect success stories from clients and partners. Here you see just a small part of them. Those are real deployments with real use cases that are now up and running all over the world. Every picture here you see is clickable, and it will lead you to the story when you get the presentation. And also you have the link to the whole portal that has success stories for our other products as well. Again, those stories are submitted by our clients and our partners. They are working solutions. This table here is highlighting what WisGate Edge has going on for them more than the competitors. It is quite large. It is long. You will have the option to view it separately. And we also have comparisons with our competitors. If you are interested in that, we can provide it separately. But yeah, there are quite a lot of angles that you can look at a specific product and what it brings to the table. And here we summarized the most important ones. What's next for you? We again have WisDM focused training that we are working on and is going to be probably the next one, but I'm not sure about that. And also this competitor comparison and range tests and whatnot for the WisGate Edge series that we have for you. Here you have links to some resources that you can explore on your own. Of course, if you stumble upon any questions, you can always reach out to us via email or our support platform or our associates, whichever channel suits you best, and we can explain further. Here, of course, RAK's main channels, forums, contact forms, documentation center, everything you need.